Thank you all very much for coming. I'm Bernie Sanders of Vermont, joined by Sherrod Brown of Ohio, Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island, and we're especially pleased to have Ron Pollack, who is the Executive Director of Families USA. I'll be pretty brief. It seems to me that there are two basic issues that we're dealing with right now. One is the substance of the issue, and the other one is process. And the substance of the issue is not complicated. The United States now is in the midst of the worst recession since the Great Depression. Unemployment is horrendously high. Long-term unemployment is at record levels. And when people lose their unemployment benefits, and those unemployment benefits are not extended, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of families are going to be thrown into turmoil. People are going to wonder about where they're going to get food to feed their families, where they're going to get the basic necessities of life to sustain their kids. That is what we are talking about now, an emergency situation facing a large part of working America, people who are struggling to stay alive. And in my view, it is immoral, it is obscene to say to those people, hey, we're stopping the extension of your unemployment benefits and you're on your own. That is not what we should be doing in the United States of America. Number two, let's talk about the process. This country has a $14 trillion national debt. It is an issue of concern to every person up here, every person in this country, regardless of their political ideology. I will not describe in great detail how we got into this deficit situation. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that were not paid for, the tax breaks that went to billionaires that were not paid for, the $800 billion bailout of Wall Street that was not paid for. I personally happen to voted against all of those things, so I'm a little bit resentful of being lectured to by people who voted for all of these huge appropriations without paying for them and then saying to us, oh, guess what? We have a huge national debt. Second of all, the American people wonder about the degree of dysfunctionality within the Senate. Now, here you have a situation where members of the Republican Party are fighting vigorously to give $1 trillion in tax breaks through the repeal of the estate tax to the top 0.3% of our population. I haven't heard one word from these people about how that's going to be paid for. $1 trillion, top 0.3%. But when it comes for $10 billion to protect the most vulnerable people in our country, suddenly, oh, well, we can't go forward. I think that's wrong. I think it is wrong for one person to continue to object to allowing us to extend unemployment benefits, and people all over this country are wondering how that can happen, Well, we're going to do our best to make sure that that doesn't happen.